I was also selected for the Champion Arena and Master Arena. Yo, wait, you're that you? Greetings, Ravens. Cleric here. What you're about to watch is my reaction to a whole bunch of responses to this Twitter post. Yeah, it looks like I got my first kind of viral hit on Twitter. I also asked the question over on YouTube and on Reddit, and I took a stream and I went through and read every single comment, every single quote tweet, every single reply on Twitter, and every single reply on Reddit. Now, since I did that video, I got 300,000 more views. So, yeah, I went through and read those also, but not on stream. And so what you're going to see are the highlights of some awesome stories that came through when I was reading this on stream. Let me tell you, it ranged from helping someone basically not end themselves to awesome connections with family. Actually, there's a guy on there who is actually, his AC and his name is featured in Armored Core Master of Arena because he was a part of the original, Japanese tournaments for the original Armored Core, and he was in the Champions EX Arena. So yeah, there's a lot of insane and awesome responses in this video. So I highly encourage you to stick through the whole thing. There's lots of amazing things I got to read through there. There's some funny ones, some highlights, and some lowlights. So please, if you don't mind, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Think of becoming a member here or on Patreon. That's all I'm going to say about it. With all that being said, on to the video. Hey chat, how you doing? Share a piece of Armored Core lore about yourself. So, I did not expect this post to pop off the way it did. If you look down here, this got 92,000 views alone just on Twitter. That's not even including, by the way, 37 comments on YouTube, 20,000 views, and 150 comments on Reddit. It's insane how this got reach. So, because there was such an overwhelming reaction, I thought I'd go through them with y'all. I haven't seen most of these. I've seen a couple. I have not seen most of these. So that'd be fun to kind of go through them and see what they all say and see what they're about. Smooth jazz, lamenting over the howling age. Gotta love it. Alright, this is less slower, more cool things that happened, but way back when I went to see Otaku in 2018, had a grand idea to run an ACFA setup, and, well, suffice to say, more people played than I expected. Fun times. Oh, cool! So you set up an Armored Core 4 answer tournament at CEO Otaku. Yo, chat, look at this PS3. Look at it. You see that ring? This PS3's seen some stuff. This PS3 has seen some things. All right. My two most viewed videos on YouTube are both remixes of Mechanized Memories. Huh. That's interesting. Wait, let's pause this for a minute. Let's listen to what he has here. Bet most of the time in the garage. The true Armored Core experience. Correct. AC2 was my first AC game. It says it was only in English. I was learning English while playing it because I would understand it. When I left elementary school and went to secondary school here in Germany, I was already almost fluent because of my playing it so much. You learned English playing Armored Core 2? Yo! Armored Core 2 has like the cracked voice acting for the mission briefings too. The Rectana installation. Like, for real, learned English on Armored Core 2. What an awesome bit of Armored Core personal lore. That is insane. All right, in promotion, I was really active in H-Stick boards for Gen 1 and 2. One mod even gifted me an official strategy guide for AC2 since I couldn't find it in Canada. Oh, that's cool. I got an Armored Core because of the model kits. Turned on Master of Arena up to AC6. You know what? you know, I know a lot of people who start with model kits. The model kits are insane. Okay, I saw this with their chat. You gotta see this. Look at this. Months before, this is Celt. For those who don't know, Celt is like the main admin over on the Armored Core Discord, the big one. Months before AC6 was set to release, I was interviewed to help write the official AC6 guide. But I made the point to tell them that I was mainly interested in the PvP side of things, and they went with someone else. I feel bad for Celt on this one, because that would have been an awesome opportunity. But I told them, I responded back to them on this one, and I said, look, they had the same kind of response to us when we were asking about PvP at the preview event in the June or July before it came out. And like, they basically avoided any conversation about PvP as much as possible. They just kept telling them they were focused on the single player. They were focused on the single player. They basically wouldn't even talk about multiplayer almost at all. Like, they gave you very small snippets and that's it. So I feel bad for this. This is bad. Armored Core because of Blockbuster? Yeah, Blockbuster. I'm absolutely addicted to the 4 answer and breaking the game by tuning the mech to reach max speed, boost, etc. Playing with a sword only online. Ah, you're one of those types, Mitch. I get you. I know some other 4th geners who are very similar. Meme reply. Playing Armored Core since I was around 7 years old when I started playing AC2 at a friend's house. Got with the Frenches ever since and ended up writing over 200,000 words of fan fiction across a trilogy of fics. I'll finish those last 2 chapters someday. I'm gonna reply. Someday. My PFP was made in the AC4 emblem maker, and a picture taken of the screen with a flip phone and has been resaved over the... Wait, what? Oh, it is. You can tell by how it looks. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I love it so much. That's great. I originally got the game solely because I wanted to make a WhatsApp mech and played it on my student laptop, which has no graphics card, and I beat it pre-nerf Balteus with it. It took me 1 day because the game was running at a solid 12 FPS and kept crashing. You beat Balteus at 12 FPS. Balteus at 12 FPS? Yo, that sounds painful. I made all these silly AC edits most fans have seen on YouTube. Top 2 are still 2nd and 3rd most viewed videos on my channel. Yeah, I've seen that one. This one I've seen. I think I've seen this one too. Good to see you, Shockwave. I'm glad you could say this is cool. When I was just getting into AC4, AC4A, told me they were they told me they were personality defining games, excuse me. A few days later, all my socials have mysteriously been turned into legendary white glitz. Yo, when Armored Core takes a hold of you as a fan, it takes a hold of you, dude. I've known about AC far longer than I played it. I played 4A when I was younger, watched a YouTube video about AC2, without reading the title, played Formula Front and JP and was confused. I started with MOA and AC3 when I finished a few months before AC6 was announced. Dude, I could seeing all this stuff about, imagine seeing all this cool stuff about Armored Core, and then the first one you pick up was Formula Front, and you're just like, what is happening right now? This is not look at all what I thought I saw on the trailers. I once went on the world mode sortie in ACVD by myself and my sniper cannon weapon arms Unax, based on my clan leaders who based them on Claes Angelos, and met the Wolfpack clan. Oh, I remember them. Surprisingly stopped them and made them redo their build just to hard counter my Unax. You took out an entire group with just Unax. Chang, were sniper cannon weapon arms Unax that terrifying? Yeah, there you go. It was thanks to my dad that he came home and bought a copy of AC1. Ever since then, me and him were hooked on the series, and we were also a curse of every old gen copy missing the manual. Only my copy of A has come with the manuals. So every copy of AC he has no manuals, but for some reason his 4-answer copy has 2. I get the old King ending for 4-answer. I watched the build guides and couldn't find anything. The one day I said, forget it, and did whatever I wanted and won. On top of that, it was just white glit with a better engine. He's like, you know what, forget all the guides. I'll just go white glint with a better generator, and then he won. Kudos to you, Alex. I had the opportunity to commission the artist Dippo Ma. Oh, designed an original Armored Core for me. He worked with Ubisoft. This name sounds familiar to me. Bungie and Tripwire, all the mechanical designs seen in COD Black Ops 3, Destiny 2 he designed. Oh, that's awesome. And design his own custom AC. Dang. One of the basics, I've never played an AC game before because as a kid, my brother controlled what games we bought. So prior to its launch, I streamed AC3 and some dude commented on the YouTube video talking down to me, calling me a tourist for playing AC3 and prep for AC6. This is partly what fueled me to make the meme post I made the other day. But for real, like, imagine someone being excited for Armored Core 6. Never played an Armored Core game before, and decides to pick up Armored Core 3. And then while he's doing that, some guy shows up on his YouTube video and talks down to him, calling him a tourist for playing AC3 before 6 came out. Like, screw this person. Like, that's hot garbage. Don't do that. This is when I talk about gatekeeping, what bothers me. Armored Core producer and me. Ogura-san. Yeah, I met that guy. Oh man, this is awesome. Holding his Japanese Project Phantasma cover with him. This is great. I wrote a student article about mechas for some uni collection because I was hyped about Armored Core 6. About 3 pages long. Don't think I'm an actual smart person. Hey, don't doubt yourself. You never know. It could have been really good. You don't know. That might have been great. I'd love to see what like a article, student article about mechas for uni would look like. I would be happy. Nothing wrong with that. Don't doubt yourself. I was the one who created the 10 ball, the superior 9 ball. Whatever reason, I have only all the parts showcased for AC1 on YouTube. It's not even that special, it's just weird no one else did it because seeing all the parts is such an integral part of people of games. If you have 100% saves on the AC1 through 4, please make one. Oh! Wait. There really isn't an all parts showcase on YouTube other than AC1? He's the only, really? The only one? Huh. I'm Walter's strongest smoker. The meme post. Doing this again from Crypt Boy, but the reason I got an Armored Core wasn't because of AC6, it's because I listened to Mechanized Memories. And like I always say, it was the first euphoric feeling I got from a song, so I was super entranced, but it shaped my whole view of the franchise. So you were introduced just by this one song. Wow. Okay, that's cool. You know, I've met other people who were introduced to Armored Core from the music. I've met other people like that. There were other people like that who were introduced to the series because of the music. My first game was 5. I played it entirely offline. It's so short. It's such a short little post. And the fact that 5 was so online is great. I was really surprised the game had its own small community, not the say terrorist gang. Funny. That plays the same competitive fighting games, most of the Japanese side. Yeah, I have found there actually is a pretty big correlation between fighting game enthusiasts and Armored Core. There's a bunch of Armored Core fans who love fighting games, myself included, hence the millions of arcade sticks behind me. So yeah, there is a big throughput between those two things for sure. I was part of a Facebook AC group that eventually imploded itself because a multitude of members turned out to be just bad people in general. A lot of alienation to the 5th gen fans for some reason caused 2 of the main leaders of the group and couldn't figure it out. Wait. So people got a fight over 5th gen and they couldn't reconcile, so the Facebook group exploded? Why? What was the argument about? Misspelled that. Because of egos? That's quite possible, Chang. Oh, wait, you were? All right, it was just an ego fest. That was the whole problem, Chang. Oh, Moody Dave. Okay, now you said that name, that rings some bells in my head. I joined the official AC2, the official event with AC2 head part cosplay. At the event, I celebrated AC2's 20th anniversary and more, and took the great photo with the producer and friend. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's the other part of this guy. So we had one guy reply from Japan who was him, and this is this guy here. Oh man, dude, I love stuff like this. I love it so much. I didn't know what Armored Core 6 was, so it got announced, but I've been aware of it, but never still looked into it. I ended up binging the entire series the month before 6 came out, finished every last one, and ended up getting Last Achievement in 6. Yo, a month? You played the entirety of the prequel of every game prior to Armored Core 6 in a month? That's some time sink right there. Ooh, shit, maybe I was on piano. Now we're jamming. I booked a week-long trip to Tokyo just to attend the AC6 orchestral concert. Hope you enjoy it, Mechatism Disorder. I hope you enjoy it. Chang in the chat is going too. Hope you have the time of your life, Chang. Hope it's everything you hope for and more. So I got mad and that the whole controller upside down thing was a myth. That I beat AC1 that way out of spite and haven't touched the game since? Yo, you reverse claw gripped AC1? Yo, the pain. The pain. Reverse claw gripped AC1. Wow. AC2 was my first game, made a few remixes of it. One of them ended with them becoming a second best video. Overwhelmingly positive comments from the AC community. More AC remixes very soon. Oh, cool. You make some music, huh, guy? I like music. Music's cool. Oh, Cthulhu Seeker. Hey, I'm reading your thing right now. You know, I'm gonna give you a follow back. I want to see some of your music later. You get a follow. This video of White Glit would haunt my YouTube. There would be gaps of months or even years, but it kept coming back. It was made by the Dark Souls guys, which I've heard are hard, but I didn't bother until I had Elden Ring and played it in Ring in 23. AC6 is still the only game I 100% on Steam. Hold up. Let me reread this. This video of White Glint would haunt my YouTube. The opening gets here, okay? There would be gaps or months or even years, but it kept showing. So this kept showing back up and is recommended. Okay. It was made by the Dark Souls guys, which I heard was hard. So the FromSoftware makes hard games. Yep. Didn't bother until after Elden Ring, but it's still the only game 100% on Steam. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you faced your fears and you beat it. I've known about Armored Core since about 2011-ish because I'm obsessed with the OST and listened to it a lot. Didn't really get into it due to various reasons until like AC6, but since then gone back and played all the gens except 3. This person said the music was so good that it forced them to play. Yes. Like, okay, the music for these games is so awesome, I have to play these games. Just proof that Coda cooks, all right? Coda cooks. Oh yeah, Ching, this is what I showed you. I got my hands on the ACL emblem and pretended to be one of the judges for the first Conquest event in BD was September and November, and boy did I get a lot of merc work at that time. You see this man pretended to be one of us? You see this man pretending to be one of us? He pretended to be Armored Core Legacy. Do you see this? My first AC was 3 when I had my PS2. I never saved the game, which made me lose progress constantly. The game money was the negative numbers, and when I almost had the end, lost the last missions, which made me lose half of my progress. Oh, dude, playing Armored Core with no memory card. Armored Core with no memory card? Yo, I thought Last Raven was pain. That sounds like pain. Yo. That's insane. I feel for you, Tarnish. That's crazy. I got Armored Core 4 Answer in the bargain bin when I was a kid. It changed my life, understanding of life and art. This person picks up 4 Answer in the bargain bin on clearance somewhere, plays it, literally changes his life and changes his understanding of life and art. Literally life-changing. Speaking of Chang, here he is. I really released Armored Core Verdict Day. CM for Bandai again called me at 8 a.m. in the morning. I was asking how to beat one of the levels in AC5. They basically wanted to understand the previous game before the sequel launched. It was one of the most real things I had to double check to make sure I hadn't dreamt it. Wait, I didn't know. Chang, I did not know this story. Chang, I did not know this story. Dude, the community manager for Bandai Namco called you at 8 in the morning to help you with get help with a boss, with a level? Are you serious? I was the foreign Raven at last year's. Oh yeah, I saw this. Yep, I saw this. So this is Mr. Red Eye online on YouTube and Twitch. He was the foreign Raven last year's MOA tournament in Japan and did the very first challenge of AC6, doing a no-shot run on day 1. Yep, I remember this. Super cool. I won my first tournament on my birthday, February 8th, 1998, and since fought many Ravens, winning 9 times and coming in second 6 times. Oh, he's from Japan. Okay. I was also selected for the Champion Arena and Master Arena. Yo, wait, you're that you? This you is this you from the EX Arena and MOA. Is this guy like ranked like 3 or 4? Nah, no way. I'm looking that up. Chat, look at this. AC Paradise lost. Use speed and advanced play techniques to defeat his opponent. Red strike sphere. Paradise lost fight. US for the is an official FromSoftware irregular. Wait. For yo. That is this you. It's this guy. Is this guy. That's crazy. This is the guy dude, this guy won a tournament in Japan and got straight up immortalized in the game as one of the ACs in the Champions Arena. Rank 4. I was right, rank 4. I thought 3 or 4, it was rank 4. That is crazy. This is so cool. That's crazy. That didn't really do anything special. Ended up with good folks and bonded with them for 25 years counting though. Rather be meeting others from the AC groups like ACO and AC Garage. Cool, AC Garage shout out. Then we'll end up forming a Ravens Republic for local gaming. And online play needed more than just our ISPs had. You know what? I'm glad you got to do some local play. Local. If I feel anyone here in chat who's never had a chance to like experience an in-person Armored Core LAN party, you don't know what you're missing out on. It is a truly unique and euphoric experience. ProCal, you won one of the Buster TBM Formula Front tournament. That's cool. Kudos to you on that one. I gotta see if I can find a way to find Buster TBM. I gotta find a way to do that. I gotta. Maybe I can locate them. In May, I attended the FromSoftware event in Tokyo, cosplaying as 621. Heather would take a part in the AC6 battle, received a non-sale t-shirt. He cosplayed as one of the bodies. Good on you. I'm addicted to using the flashbang missile in ACVD for some reason. I always use it, always blow my mind how good it is and how cool it looks. This guy loves the flashbang missile in VD, Chang. He can't help but use it. All right, let's go to the YouTube replies. Let's go over the series a long ways back in 2001 while visiting my older cousin. He had the original PS1 with a few games and the first Armored Core. This game blew my mind, played through the story in a weekend, and needed more. I had just got my PS2 for the write-up, and after we found out a used copy of Armored Core 2 in New Jersey in Funko Land, I was hooked. Spent many hours making builds, putting them against each other. I've been with each release ever since. I tracked on each game in the series over the years and still consider myself a Raven. This is really cool. Went to a cousin's house, got hooked on AC1, got a PS2, found a used copy of AC2 and just went to town. Love this. Armored Core taught me not to trust companies. Never trust the Corbos. I entered the series was watching my dad play the first game for me. Passed not long after, but I picked up the series myself. Faced another A with the PS2, still have both, and so much more. Aw. Sorry about your dad. During my first playthrough of AC1, I found the Moonlight without guys and never left my AC. I even landed the killing blow on Seraph with it. Nice. Accidental Moonlight find is amazing. After I played AC6, I started the journey to play the old game, started with the first one, and when I played it, I checked out the manual, as one should with old games, discovered what an MT stands for, Muscle Tracer. Yes, someone knows what MT means. I've been asked that question so many times over the years. What does MT mean? Love it. I burnt in a 50-inch rear projection TV at my old job with a garage background from AC1 on PS1 back in '97, designing Decepticon and Autobot symbols for custom mechs. Armored Core is my favorite game series of all time. I own every console entry minus PSP games. I want the overweight without penalty, reward plus, human plus to come back. AC on the Range remains my favorite entry due to this, plus the incredible variety of Link Vibes maps with Firewire and 2 PS2s. Dude literally ruined a 50-inch rear projection TV back in '97 would have been thousands of dollars. This guy had the garage up so much he ruined a multi-$1,000 television. You get a like for that, sir. I owe around 90% of my friend group to FromSoftware because of Armored Core. Started being very active within the online forum community during 2 Another Age, during the time in my life when my close friend was on meds who made him forget who he was. Though me just filling with parts and lists in public had ideas to scratch out on paper, found 2 other players out with sheer luck. 4 PS2s, 1 network switch, cables, and the S-Video capable TVs later, we had a local scene not unlike the fighting games. My entire friend group, both in real life and online, spawned from that start. The funniest thing about it is most of that group still plays FromSoftware games to this very day as a not insignificant portion of our gaming time. We used to record the matches on old digital video cameras or VCR2. Not much has changed, I guess. Oh, this is awesome. Love this. I said, in-person Armored Core is a whole another ball of wax. I love it so much. I miss it from back in the old tournament days. First game of the franchise I played was Last Raven. I loved it enough to make it my license plate. Yo, I'm glad you loved it despite the fact that your first one was Last Raven. For some people, that would have not turned out too great, as you've seen in some of the previous comments. I'm glad this turned out good for you, useless. I got Ninebreaker thanks to my dad. Instantly hooked the mechs and music, etc. Crazy to think how unknown the series was back then. Literally no one knew about it. It's still kind of the same, but there's a dedicated Gundam groups that know about it. I discovered Ninebreaker is considered the worst entry in this series, haha, but I still love it. You know what? You get a heart for loving Ninebreaker. Ninebreaker has its purpose. It is kind of one of the black sheeps of the family, even sometimes considered more black sheep than Form of the Front. But kudo, even as a Ninebreaker as the PFP, I get it. I'm the fat mech warrior since Gen 1. It's just so short and funny. I am the fat mech warrior since Gen 1. I found out that using cheats on ACLR Portable will land you in deep debt. When I was new to AC, I tried my hands on the ACLR after finishing AC3 Portable, which I barely did in all honesty. I didn't expect ACLR to be much more difficult, just went and played it. And then when I encountered Rimfire, oh man, Rimfire for a lot of people was a wall. No boy was that an encounter. After dying to him and his lackey for the millionth time, I just decided I would enable cheats and played on the emulator with no controller, give me infinite HP and ammo. Well, that allowed me to beat the 2 guys, but I went tenfold in debt in the reward. So after that day, I vowed to become stronger, more skilled, and become a true Raven. So, Rimfire, the 2-on-1 AC fight frustrated you so much. That 2v1 AC fight frustrated you so much in LR. You enabled cheats that have infinite ammo and HP, but you took so much damage and spent so much ammo that you not only went into the red, you went into the red by 10 times what you had. Wow. The super debt. I bought a Japanese PS2 so I could play AC2 as soon as it was released. Wow, commitment. Pizza Mag did a contest when the US version was released. They wanted you to send a pic any of your screen showing you beat the game. I beat the US version and sent a pic of both the US and JP version defeated, and I won the contest. I still have the magazine that announced my name as a winner. Yo! Okay, that's crazy. I would love a pic of that. That would be amazing. That's so cool. In AC3, I wanted to abuse the heat mechanics, so I made a heavy biped, probably heat-based weapons, left-hand flamethrower, right-hand heat gun, had a rocket launcher and grenade launcher as back parts. I topped it off by adding one of my favorite inside parts, the rockets that set targets on fire. I named him Air Fryer. I was adamant in carrying him through AC3, as ineffective as the build was outside certain scenarios in the arena. I appreciate the commitment to the bit, Beanut. I appreciate the commitment to the bit. This is great. Yeah, that sounds like an awful build to win with sometimes. It really does. I was on the AOL forums in the Armored Core 1st Gen. We would mail a VHS tape around to everyone and record footage of our skills. Then the one guy on the forum with a capture card would convert it to MPEG files upload online. One fellow guy went by Cacophony claimed to have connections to FromSoftware, but I never found out whether it was really true. Whoa, 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 whoa. Two things. Wait, whoa, my brain. First of all, do you have these videos? And Cacophony, do you mean cacophonous? As an Ollie? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Chang. Yeah, exactly. Was he in Cacophonous's group? Yo, I'm gonna have to... I might need to send this to Ollie and have him confirm this. I would love him to comment on this. That would be amazing. I would honestly love to see these videos. I might send a DM Ollie's way and see if he knows about this guy. That'd be cool. I didn't know about Human Plus until Armored Core Master Arena. Makes it man arena opponents could fight overweight and use shoulder cannons while maneuvering. So I used the Game Genie to get the ability myself and didn't consider it cheating. Bro got Human Plus and overweight using Game Genie. Oh man. Man, another person who started, man, there's a lot of people on these that started with Nexus. A lot. AC6 is a canceled Halo spin-off game. Reuse Coral Melange to increase humans' ability to affect the ethereal base layer of Halo's reality to kill the Flood. Using mechs they found from an ancient humanity ship, and one of them actually comes to an ancient human pilot mind construct, not AI, just like a ghost in a shell, a sphere in the world. But BN is called an armored core, a circle core that keeps its human host alive, and a ghost like a construct immortal. It would have been an awesome. Most of the weapons still have original design, like plasma missiles. The back mounted should Hubble beam used to fire plasma rifle like rounds. What did I just read? I use the Zimmerman. Boo this man. Boo him. Ban him. Get him out. Boo. How dare you use the Zimmerman? Boo this man. I like how his piece of personal Armored Core lore is I use the Zimmerman. It's so simple but funny. Oh. All right, that's all of YouTube. We're moving on to Reddit. There's a lot on Reddit though. There's a ton here. I'm probably gonna avoid the ones that go below the main posts just to keep it succinct. So I want to do it with the original ones, but here. My BF is a lifelong, by the way, there's 20K views on Reddit too with like 150 comments, but there's a lot on here. My BF is a lifelong AC fan going back to AC Game, but we were both broke leading up to AC6's launch. I crowdfunded the collector's edition for his birthday, which coincided with his release date. My friends and family are all gamers. I was able to pre-order within an hour of the post. Most of the people who donated were followers of my Monster Hunter art. I sent them all Prince of Christmas. Aww. Good on you, Baby Beth. By the way, Baby Beth's the one who's working on Armored Core. The Armored Core 6 dating sim. So, he's up their art on Twitter. Yes, Reddit, he jokes. I know, it's a dangerous place sometimes. I know. On my Silent Line save, I have an AI AC that I spent a ludicrous amount of time on. It would probably wreck me if I picked up a controller and fought it. Yes, this is true. You get a vote. Yes. I'd imagine those of us who trained an insane AI in Silent Line, if you hadn't touched Silent Line in years, go back to beat it. Your AI self would destroy you probably. That is accurate. Very accurate. I killed a VTuber playing ACV within the last few years on Xbox 360. I'm glad you clarified with this. This by itself is a little scary. This is better qualifier. I'm very glad you added this. It probably should have been included earlier in the sentence. That's probably not the best way to phrase that. I almost got kicked out of school because of how much my grades were slipping. I was playing too much AC6. Bad, North. Bad. I'm glad you like AC6, but not to the point that it affects your grades. Bad. Old King's BFF, huh? I'm gonna go for an answer. Help me not kill myself. Whoa. Hold up. All right. Serious tone and FaceTime. Hardcore 4 answer helped me not kill myself. I was going through an extremely rough patch of my life. Was thinking about ending it until I saw the game was announced. Then I thought, fine, I'll wait for the game and then do it. But the fun of the anticipation of the game itself brought back a little spark that was enough for me to keep going. Remember that there are things, even just small ones, that make life worth living. On a less sour note, this was back when there was rumors swirling around the game not going to be localized outside of Japan. So I beat 100% the game in Japanese, only for eventually to make it overseas. But I didn't buy the NA version when I could. So I eventually was only ever able to get the PAL version. Yo, Pancherello, thank you for sharing. That's heavy. But I'm glad I could do that for you. Wow. Wow. If I press R2, I can shoot the gun in my right hand. What are these meme posts? What is this? Oh, that's funny. Upvote for making me laugh. I cleared AC4 on my friend's PS3 because I was bored. Sure. My first ever video game was Armored Core 2 Another Range, and I grew up as a Power Rangers kid. When I saw Wonder Raid on the box art and some bargain binning amongst some other discounted DVDs, I saw the really cool Megazord, and I told my dad, I want that one. One of my core memories are my parents watching the news in the living room, and I go between that and my first time playing AC3. Had an issue back in middle school where I kept buying copies of AC4 and giving them to my friends with the hopes that we'd play co-op missions. Most of my time at home was playing AC4 over and over again. I met my best friend in high school when the conversation pivoted to Armored Core during a home period. During conversation, mecha anime and games, we bonded over AC4. I have purchased Armored Core 6 about 20 times for my friends via Steam. Yo, kudos to Fallen Dust. What a Chad. In the Snail TS mission, Loki tried kissing Rusty's AC, slowly approaching and saying romantics. I was just lying down, lines of dialogue came in. The model flew away from the dialogue, leaving me heartbroken. This is definitely Reddit. This is the most Reddit thing I've read so far. This is super Reddit. Oh. Poor answer has rotted my brain. Anything slower than lightweight perma-flying next isn't enough fuel and need for my speed. I'm addicted to rinsing through sorties as fast as possible. Yep, that's a 4th gen fan right there. Another Last Raven. My first AC was Last Raven. And I got it when I was a little kid who mostly played easy kids. Yo, I was a kid who mostly played easy kids games. My first AC game was Last Raven. Well, that's a contrast. That is a contrast. I'm pile bunking it. Good for you. When I played AC Master Arena on our first game, I always tried to min-max my specs, configure my AC to counter his, scour the equipment in the shops, did extensive testing against bots. He still beat me every time with the simplest build and just better skill overall. Never bragged about it once. You know what? Kudos to your brother for not bragging about it. That's a good brother right there. That's a good brother. I made my little sister watch the Armored Core episode of Secret Level. Now she's a fan. So much so that she almost wasted the year because she is so obsessed with completing the third game on emulator in the 6th generation. They punished me, but hey, we already have a new Raven who loves to commit war crimes. Initiating his sister as a war crime committing mercenary. This is the way. This is the way. Started attending tournaments when I was 13. First one I went to was for AC Another Age. I was the youngest judge at the final AC mid. Wait, whoa. Midwest Mayhem? Yo, that's my scene, chat. That's my. I'm from the Midwest. These are the tournaments I went to. Hold up. Yo, that's crazy. I don't remember Wall Monitor. That's a long time ago though, so that's not. I don't remember everyone from that day either, but that's. Yeah. Need to know more, please. Need to know more. I was 17 when the first game came out. My friend had a PS1 and got the demo disc from a magazine. Cool. I worked at Burger King to buy myself a system and a game. Bill was called Mr. Pants. Because I had the heaviest legs and the skinniest arms with the cord to make room for the grenade launcher and missiles. Kurosawa gun and Moonlight, of course. Looking back, it's very 90s coded. It looks like a skinny skater kid in Jinko jeans. Yo, I haven't heard the term Jinko in a good bit. You get kudos for Jinko. Always name my AC after either a bird or a flower, usually some relevance to the game or its themes. For example, LR was Magpie. For answer, it was Amaryllis. In 6, it was an enemy. And happy exit with against Coral because chosen because Forsaken. You know what? Yo, bird facts mixed in with 8 armored core. Upvote. Been using the exact same color scheme from AC since the first game. Upvote. So have I. I beat Ibis first try on my first run. But I returned to get my S rank. She whooped me for hours before I could beat her again. You know, I get that. I got S rank with a dual gat dual stun needle build. I named him Papa Roach. I'm gonna make a meme back. Was it your last resort? Wink. That was terrible, but I did it anyways. That's a horrible pun. I know it's a horrible pun, chat. I did it anyways, okay? Before I started playing, I watched Asmongold's playthrough, and he made some fights like a sea spider, and Baltes took the nightmare, only to later go on to with the late weight and first try, and only be walled by Cell 240 snailties to call their first run and unlocking Hell to frame. Rest of the game with a cakewalk. So long story short, don't take stream playthroughs too seriously. I did not like that, chat, because there's no commas or periods or anything. It's one giant run-on. I'm surprised I was able to read it like that. I thought for sure I'd mess up or flub. I actually did pretty good, I think. Thanks, Rowan. I do have some lung capacity. It's why I'm a decent singer. When I was a kid, my grandma took me to a local GameStop so that I could get one game. So between AC4A and Gundam Dynasty Warriors, I was kind of sold on Gundam 1 because I knew Gundam better than the other game I'd never heard of. Right before checking out, I changed my mind and picked AC4A. Changed my life. I still have that copy of the game and its connective thread to my grandma after her passing. Also, never knew I had to manually save as a kid, so I just played the game start to finish every time. What? First of all, kudos, cool story connected to your grandma. Secondly, you kept going through the game without saves? Another one? Ay. Crazy. Yeah, here we are, chat. We're here now. First introduction to AC will love for Mecha in general was through ACFA. On my cousin's Xbox 360 years ago, I was mine back then. It was literally the game that made me hog his console all day. From there on, I would play every AC game until there was none anymore. I learned everything I could and was satisfied enough to be called myself a Raven. Because it was a beloved game series, would keep to myself till they announced it AC6 during the Game Awards year. I was watching with my friends, and when I saw the trailer unravel with only read some of the rumors online, broke down with excitement my friends never saw me from me before. From there on, I made my friends mecha nerds through Armored Core. So unlocked true raw emotions while watching game trailer with friends. Never saw it before. That emotion connected you to a deeper level. Yes, love it. I in real life work for Schneider. Okay. Schneider Electric's a real company? Oh, really? Huh. Cool. I learn new things all the time. I had a new inbox figure of Red AC from the intro to AC2, Another Age, that I had been holding on to for a decade. It was such a cool mech and it split missiles. While I was at work one day, my girlfriend 6-year-old got into it and then her Labrador destroyed it while she was out jogging. RIP Unit 2. Oh, I'm so sorry, Draconetus. That's awful. Awful. Started with Last Raven Portable's first AC. Fell in the noob trap. You know the one. Yep, I know the one. However, after dropping this game, years later, I came across a YouTuber named by Buster TBM. Yo, chat, Buster TBM mentioned. Helped me kickstart AC Armor Core Fever in my life, then proceed to finish AC3 and SL. Both portable versions some years later, thanks to Duck Station, I got the entire PS1 trilogy. Got one of the endings of Last Raven Portable. Trying to get better at the PC, so I ran a second-gen AC games, and then add these to the list. As a note, I gave AC submission to TBM for your AC and LR Season 6 series. It was Pepsi Man. Yes, please. AC actually is what got me into video games. Oh, wow, okay. When I was 6, about to turn 7, at the end of the month, one of the conventions that my parents volunteered at had in the video games area ACL tournament going to celebrate the recent literal prior month release. I entered out of curiosity because my parents figured it was a good way to keep me in one place and with people I knew. They got me handed to. They got handed to you. First fight, one of the organizers took pity on a small child who had gone up against an adult in a tournament and set me on to play AC3 as a spare PS2. Played for hours the tournament and was babbling with about AC for literal months afterwards. Thank you, random guy whose name I never did learn, who decided to let a 6-year-old have a go at AC. You know, kudos to random guy who did this. Whoever this was, legend. Man, oh man. What a time.